Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty central to prayer, really. Does the divine actually want to answer?
It's a big question for a lot of people.
Yeah, and we've got some key biblical sources here. Specifically, those well-known bits from Luke 11 and Matthew 7 about, praying.
The ask, seek, knock passages, very direct.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is, to see if we can get a clearer picture from these texts about approaching prayer with confidence, with expectation even.
Okay. So where do we start?
Well, I think right off the bat, it's that invitation you mentioned. It's just so direct in the sources.
Yeah, it's not tentative at all, is it? It's ask, seek, knock, full stop.
Right.
And you have to think, what kind of confidence does that imply? If someone tells you point blank, ask and you'll get it, that suggests they're ready and willing.
Absolutely. It feels less like wishful thinking and more like an instruction based on a reality. Like, here's how it works. Ask. Luke 11.9, Matthew 7.7, they hammer it home.
And they repeat it. Ask, and it will be given. Seek, you'll find. Knock, the door will be opened. That repetition itself feels significant.
It really does. It builds a kind of certainty, doesn't it?
It does. Now, to dig into this willingness aspect a bit more, one of our sources brings up that parable. You know the one.
The friend at midnight, Luke 11. Yeah.
That's the one. So remind us, what's the core story there?
Okay, so it's basically a guy gets an unexpected visitor late at night, needs food, goes to his friend's house.
Middle of the night, banging on the door.
Yeah, exactly. And the friend inside is like, leave me alone. Kids are asleep. I'm in bed. Totally reluctant.
Right. Reluctant. But what happens?
Well, the parable says, even though he doesn't want to help just because they're friends, he will get up and give the guy what he needs because of his sheer persistence, his shameless audacity, some translations say.
Okay, persistence is key there. But here's the crucial turn our source makes with this parable. It's about the contrast.
Ah, okay. So it's not saying God is like the reluctant friend.
Exactly the opposite. That's the whole point the source highlights. The friend is reluctant, driven only by persistence. But the source states very clearly that God is not like that.
Okay, got it. So the human friend needs pushing, but God,
according to this interpretation, is presented as inherently willing, ready. The source uses phrases like willing and ready. No reluctance there at all.
That's a pretty stark contrast. It changes how you read ask, seek, knock, doesn't it?
It totally does. If the one you're asking is already willing, even eager, then asking isn't about overcoming reluctance. It's about, aligning with an open door.
Like stepping into an already offered generosity. The source talks about God being available, like 24/7.
Constantly available, constantly generous. Not like the human friend who has limits, gets tired, gets annoyed.
So the divine nature here is portrayed as fundamentally generous and accessible.
Precisely. The barrier, if there is one, isn't on God's side. The invitation is genuine because the willingness is genuine.
So let's try and synthesize this for you, the listener. What's the big takeaway message here?
I think it comes down to confidence. The sources, interpreted this way, are basically saying, approach prayer boldly. Don't hold back.
Yeah, trust that the desire to bless, to answer is already there.
Yeah.
It kind of dismantles that image of a distant, perhaps unwilling God you have to persuade.
Right. The hesitation, these texts suggest, isn't divine. Maybe the hesitation is sometimes ours. Do we really believe the invitation?
That's a challenge. Do we fully embrace that call to ask, seek, knock with that level of trust?
So, wrapping up this deep dive then, the core insight seems pretty clear from these specific sources.
Yeah, it's a strong encouragement. Pray with confidence. Confidence grounded in this idea of God's fundamental willingness and generosity.
Which leaves us with a really interesting thought for you to mull over.
Okay.
If you take these excerpts seriously, this idea of inherent divine willingness, how might that actually change how you pray, how you seek support or guidance? Right.
What does asking, seeking, knocking really look like? What does it feel like if you genuinely believe the door is already unlocked and the person on the other side wants to open it?
Yeah. It's not just about the words you say, but the whole posture you bring to it. Definitely something worth reflecting on.